Hey guys, Ranchin here, bringing us of commentary. This is gonna be the final set, the final match of the PDPOP MSL Semi-Finals, Jaedong versus Hydra. It's gonna be on Triathlon. We do have it repeated this time around. 3-player map at the bottom right-hand position, playing as the Yellows. We're going to have Jaedong, who has fought back from a 2-0 to a 2-2, and now might just really make Hydra angry at himself, who happens to be playing at the bottom left-hand position as the purple zerg. It's actually interesting how the last two sets, Jaedong is a guy that adapts beautifully. He's a player that really knows how to adapt, and he saw, okay, first two sets, I've just been losing in Muta battles. I've gone Mutas both times, in both times those games, both went Mutas, and I lost the Muta fights. So he's been sprinkling in a little bit of different stuff this time around just to make sure he doesn't lose the fights. He knows, okay, apparently I can't win straight up Muta to Muta against this guy. He's very good Muta micro. He has good Muta positioning. He's overall a very good guy with Muta, and I just keep losing. So he's switching things up, doing different things. And that has got him back into this fifth set. Now it's all even. 16, 17, 18, because I forgot to sync. Yeah, I think this map, though, is better for Mutalisks than the other maps overall. Overall, I think this is a very good map for Muta play. It might not be the best for Muta harassment, so it's not maybe the best Muta map in different matchups, but in ZVZ I find this a very good Muta map. There's a lot of space to fly around. There's a lot of open ground. I believe positions are a lot easier to defend if you're going to go for Zerglings. You can just take your secondary as your base and defend your ramp, and you're pretty much good to go, so it's going to be a lot harder to get something done that way. So we're going to have a difference in build here. Seems like it's going to be overpull to, let's see, looking at the timings, that's either a 9-pull and overpull. I wasn't actually paying attention to the timings, but it seems like it is a 9-pull to a 12-pull. Hydra going to play a more economic game. We're going to see whether that actually ends up paying off or not. Doesn't really seem, no, it doesn't seem like it does seem like it was an overpull, because the spawning pool timing is not horrifically ahead. And Jaedong is going for an expansion as well, so I totally missed the timings on those. God, I'm an idiot, I guess. I have to watch more StarCraft. Gotta get back into this to get back the timings. I'm all confused. He's actually not, Jaedong's actually not going for Zerglings right now. He's actually just working on his lair at the moment, right off the bat, working on his lair right after spawning pool came up, so definitely an overpull there. He's also playing an economic game. He's simply going for a little bit more earlier ground defense if needed. Now should be getting his Zerglings out. Overlord of Hydra's going to get in there. And for the first time ever, Jaedong actually scouts with Overlord in the long direction. His psychic power is not working. There's a chick in the sitting there with a bow tie in her hair and looking all worried about someone. Might be either Hydra's or Jaedong's girlfriend for all I know. I don't think Jaedong has time for a girlfriend who looks so tired, but at the same time, that might be why he always looks so tired. You know, you have to practice 10 to 12 hours a day, and then, you know, hang out with your girlfriend, have sex with your girlfriend, and then try to get some sleep at the same time. Ugh, must be a hard life. Must be a hard life. I wonder if it's any rules, like in boxing or something. You can't have sex with your girlfriend the day before a match. Basically ever, because they play all the time. So Jaedong gonna move out here with a couple of Zerglings just to try to get a little bit of a scout. And I think he should have spotted that creep just fine, so he knows that there's an extra expansion up. And on the timing of it, should know what's going on. Now, I'm a little bit surprised. If you're gonna go for 12 hatch, I'm not overall too surprised that Hydra decided to go for the natural expansion position rather than the secondary. Because if you're gonna go for a 12 hatch, you know, why not defend there? But at the same time, I'm a little bit surprised that he decided not to go for the secondary. I guess he felt, you know, it's a little bit more vulnerable to air, so he wants not be as vulnerable to everything. Wants to be a little bit less vulnerable to attacks. Actually going to go out there with a decent-sized number of Zerglings, going to put on a little bit of pressure, but Jaedong's going to be able to defend just fine. He has that ramp, he has his natural expansion at his secondary. Well, Hydra's going to have a little bit more concise, a little bit more ease of movement between his bases, a little bit more ease of movement and a little bit easier to pick up an additional expansion if the game goes to that all that doubt. He's actually going to go for an aggressive maneuver here. Jaedong should be able to defend this just fine. If Hydra has to be really careful how he pushes this, because if he pushes this and loses too many zerglings, Jaedong's just going to be able to counter push him. Right now, it's coming out fairly equal. He's also sending in reinforcements. He's trimming out quite a lot. Seems like he wants to do a little bit of damage right here. Jaedong doesn't seem to have too many forces to defend. Hydra continuing to put on a little bit of pressure. There is a sunken colony coming up, so even if Hydra manages to push through the ramp here, he's not really going to be able to accomplish too much. Has even more zerglings coming in. He does mop up, has 4 of his against 2 there. The sunken colony not up yet, but it is coming up just now. The zerglings, 6 of them now. You have to go in. They have to get something accomplished, kill some of these drones. I think 1 drone went down there. Going to see a 2nd drone go down. We're going to see a 3rd one. I think only 2 drones went down there. So overall, not that much accomplished, but I think he'll take it. He has a Spire on the way. Force Jaedong to delay things a little bit as well. Has even more zerglings kind of just trimming in. Going to be a little bit annoying. So nice little attack here from Hydra. He needs to have something back home to defend, though, or else he's going to be in trouble. He has a Spire up. So good position on the opposite side. He's putting down a little bit of pressure. Just try. It's, it's a nice delay on that's forcing that sunken colony up. That's going to force Jaedong to delay a little bit. It's going to force him to get a few more Scourge than Mutas. On the opposite side, we don't see the Mutas popping quite yet. Jaedong's Mutas actually come into play just as Hydra's Mutas pop in. Hydra has to very quickly get his hotkeys going at the National Expansion. Zerg is going to stream in. Is Hydra going to have enough? Because this is going to be a 2-prone attack. There's only 4 Zerglings, so that's not a huge number, but he doesn't have a large number of Mutalisk yet. I think Jaedong just might take the Scourge coming into the play as well, and the Zerglings are starting to kill all the drones. Hydra forcing to defend against these Zerglings now. Caught in a bad timing. Very bad timing. Lost quite a few drones there. So it's 12 hatch. Advantage pretty much nullified at this point. Jaedong also seems to have a larger number of Mutas. Now Hydra's going to be a little bit of trouble. He has to get his number of Mutas out there. He has to get his Scourge, and he really has to micro carefully. Just had to time everything. The timing was just a little bit bad for him because he went for all that aggressive play earlier on. Not going to be see everything from Jaedong's perspective for a little bit. Seems like he's just working on his mute account, working on some Scourge out there, working on making sure all these drones are doing their job. And just kind of, microing his mutas around. On the opposite side, we do see Hydra also just working on his mutas and working on his Scourge. Has gas mining at the natural expansion. I'm not sure if he's going to go for any drones at his main or not, because he is in a little bit of trouble minerals-wise. Has enough gas. Actually, now going to go inside of Jaedong's base. Going to catch a few of those drones out in the open at the secondary. Has his Scourge to defend him as well. Is he going to go for this? That nice seeing the first-person perspective. Has his Scourge in there to help him out as well. He's going to be engaging some of his Scourge, hitting Jaedong's Mutalisk. He already did a nice bit of damage there. Has some more Scourge coming in. Reinforcement Mutalisk as well. Did some damage to the drone, so he might be equalizing the position a little bit because he did get at least a little bit of drone damage earlier on. So going to come down to micro here. More Scourge for Hydra here. Might even pick off an Overlord. Should manage to do that. Actually can engage the Mutalisk as Jaedong actually tried to go in against them. One more hit on that Overlord. It actually would have gone down, but deciding to be safe instead and not take any free Scourge hits. That's also very smart. Even more Scourge coming in here for Hydra to help him support, and we still see some fangirls out there very, very worried about their favorite players. And you know you call fangirls, but just a fan. I don't know, just fangirl. It's a fan and she's a girl, whatever. But now Hydra gonna go for an assault here. Jaedong has a huge amount of Scourge. I think Hydra has to be very careful. Lesser amount of mutas, it seems. Jaedong did have his gas production lessened a little bit by losing some of those drones. Even more Scourge gonna come in there for Hydra, though. Easy fun and get a little bit of damage. And there's an Overlord that could be just for free there. Gonna go in there, pick off yet another drone that was mining gas. Might be forcing engagement here. Scourge on Scourge. Going on Mutalisk. Hydra has to retreat a little bit. Doesn't have any Scourge to support at this point. Seems like he's gonna have a few Scourge and Mutalisk coming in to support from the back. Jaedong gonna be forced to retreat this time. Nah, no Scourge to support him. He's actually losing all of his mutas. One single muta seems to be left alive. Hydra going to be able to take that down. Scourge coming out there for Jaedong. Though Hydra doing a great job of microing here. Going to go for Jaedong's main. Jones going to get taken down. And I think we might be seeing the end of Jaedong's dreams for a golden badge right here for this season. More mutas going to come out there. Only Scourge for Jaedong. He's had his GAT production halted. Now he's losing a lot of those drones, and every Scourge that comes out for Jaedong just gets microed at and killed by Hydra. Very nice play, and he's going to have even more reinforcements coming out soon. Losing all of those drones. Jaedong, this is delayed GG pretty much for him. Has one muta just kind of sitting out there. Seems like he might have hotkeyed it and forgot about it. But yeah, you see the look on Jaedong's face. He could have had that game. He had a very nice harassment inside of Hydra's base, but he just allowed Hydra to go around and harass too much. This is why taking that secondary can be risky against aerial forces. There's less distance. It's harder to defend between those two. And really hard. And Jaedong, GG's, after some nice muta battles, Jaedong played very nicely in the third and fourth set. Didn't force heavy Muta battles because he lost in the first and second. This time around, he felt he could. Also, I think it's the map that he felt he needed to go for Mutas. Didn't accomplish too much earlier on. And that's probably Hydra's dad there, all excited. So Hydra gonna move on to the finals. Wow. If I'm not wrong, Hydra might be a Royal Roader. Holy crap, just that thought is exciting. But yeah, very nice ZVZ. Really impressed me so far overall with his ZVZ play. Every single time, the 3 times he's engaged Jaedong in Muta fights, he's won. And that's a big compliment to him right there. But every time Jaedong went for something funky, he had a lot more trouble. And there's a fan in the crowd crying. I'm not sure whether she's crying because Jaedong lost or whether she's crying because Hydra won. But in the end, I don't think that really matters. So that's going to be it. That's our final, guys. Great versus Hydra. Surprising final. Definitely first-time finalists, both those guys. So that's going to be very interesting. GG, guys. Ranching out. That's listening. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you at the finals.